Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great start to your week. And I'm here to talk to you today about empowering your team and why it's so important to do that to help your company grow faster. You would think it would seem obvious, but so many small business owners, entrepreneurs, so many of them find find it difficult to empower their team. And I get it. I totally get it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Audrey Faust. I am a business advisor and a fractional CFO, and I help small businesses from average ranging in size from 1 to 10 million in revenue work with their CEOs to advise them and also work with their financials and their team, or we become their team as their financial team. So anyway, enough about me. Today I want to talk to you, as I said, about why it's so important to empower your team so they can help your company grow faster. And oftentimes we get stuck in the day to day, right? Putting out fires. And we don't often look at long term ways to grow our business. And you can do this through the power of your team. So, empowering your employees can have a ton of benefits. So, I'm just going to name a few benefits today that you can gain by empowering your team. First of all, it creates a positive environment. You'll begin to see a lot more passion, higher morale, better engagement, more trust from your employees. And that's wonderful, right? They'll start buying into it more. The more you empower them, the more responsibility you let them have, the more they can decide on what the outcome is, the better environment you're going to have as a small business. So, big companies know this, and small companies sometimes struggle with this. And I get it. Like it's your baby, right? It's your company. It's you've grown it, and you've invested a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. And oftentimes, it's hard to let go of control because you are so invested in your company's success. But letting go of that control a little bit and empowering your team can be life-changing, company-changing. It also will help like those employees that maybe didn't perform as well. It'll help them like step up their game. And if they see that you support and appreciate their efforts, they'll step it up, right? So that's another important factor and that can help your company grow. If you have some employees that aren't quite cutting the mustard, if you start empowering them, and they might make some mistakes, but they're going to own their mistakes now, right? Instead of pointing the finger. And this leads into empowering your team will also help them take ownership of their actions, right? So, resulting in better productivity and less time spent on internal politics, which will actually lead to less mistakes. Oftentimes, as CEOs, we think, well, if I let my team do it, if I empower my team to take control of this, they're going to screw it up. They're not going to do it how I am. I've been there, done that, right? Yes, they might not do it exactly the way that you do it, but that's okay because they're going to do it differently. And differently doesn't always mean not the right way or not a good way. And guess what? You can't do everything. Big surprise. So empowering your team is going to actually create less mistakes because they are going to take ownership of it now. They're going to take ownership of whatever mistake they do make. And I like to see that if they make a mistake, oftentimes they're not going to do it again, right? Most employees, yes, everybody makes mistakes, but when you give them the empowerment and the ownership of that mistake, they're going to learn from it, right? So when you empower your team, another thing is everyone is focused on the end goal. And they're not trying to outshine each other. They're trying to work together as a team now, right? Everyone's focused on growing the business faster and better, stronger, right? Because you're empowering them to be able to make decisions to do that. And like I said, they might not be the decisions that you would make, but that's how they learn and grow and become better employees, better team members. It also improves retention. There's 1.7 jobs for every person working right now. So it's no wonder we can't find good employees because there just aren't enough people. So there's like I said, 1.7 jobs for every person in the job market, which is totally crazy, right? But empowering your employees and having them take ownership, it will improve retention for various reasons. They're going to like working there more. They're not just doing what they're told. They're actually allowed to make decisions and take ownership of things. And then it also increases their confidence in themselves. And that's only going to benefit you. When your employees are more confident and your team members are more confident, that's going to benefit you. Because a lot of what goes on in their heads as far as confidence is if they are not confident, they are going to make a lot more mistakes. They're going to not feel good about themselves, which is going to reflect in their work and in their job. So increasing your staff's confidence is huge. And there are plenty of ways. Empowering them is just one way you can do that, right? It'll increase the confidence you have in them and it'll increase their own confidence, which is in turn going to shift around and make them a better employee. And the last and one of the most important things is less people coming to you. Asking you questions, having you put out fires all day long, right? That's what you do. Either email or in person. Bing, 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 bing. They're all looking to you. So instead of that, have them look to themselves for solutions. I like to train my staff to come and my coaching clients staff and my company, the people I coach, I like to train them to come to their bosses with solutions instead of questions. And they might not know which is the best solution. So when I coach people on leadership, that's one of the things that I really stress and most important is for them to go to their boss with 2 solutions rather than a problem. Never go to your boss with a problem. Always go to your boss with a solution. So imagine if you empower your employees a little bit more, your team a little bit more, and they come to you with solutions instead of problems. Um, wouldn't that just make your day so much better and easier? And maybe they think of something that you didn't think of. Because they're in the line of fire and they're dealing with your clients. And the more you can empower your team that are on the front line, the more it's going to benefit your business. It's going to benefit your team. It's going to increase retention. It's going to help you. And it's going to be a positive all around, right? It's going to be positive in every way, shape, and form. And so just let go of the reins a little bit and empower your team. And I'd love to hear what and how you are going to make a couple of small changes to empower your team a little bit more. And let me know, and I'd love to hear. So thank you all for listening. And this has been a great start to my week. And I hope it's a great start to yours. Let me know what you come up with. Audrey Faust, have a great rest of your day. And I'll be talking with you soon.